Well, breaking news coming in at this point in time. Massive protests are in fact taking place outside the Bangalore school where the 6-year-old student was in fact raped by the institute's skating instructor. Now, even while the skating instructor has been taken into police custody, is likely to be produced in a court today, there are protests that are taking place at this point in time outside the school premises. Those are live visuals that we're getting to you on your screen. My colleague Ratnika Sharma is joining me live for more. Ratnika is at ground zero. Ratnika, we understand that this is the ABVP that is in fact protesting outside the school along with, of course, parents and students. What is it that they are demanding at this point in time, Ratnika?
Right now, there are about 200-300 members of the ABVP, and right now also their demand basically is justice for the kid. But what they're also demanding is that the arrested person should be hanged immediately.
Right.
And they're not just satisfied with one arrest. They have a feeling that there are more people involved in this issue, and so all of them should be taken to court. And at this point, right now exactly, a lot of these ABVP protesters are trying to barge into the school again, trying to break into the barricades. There's extreme chaos right now, and there's absolute mayhem, as I can see right now.
Well, absolutely, Ratnika, stay on with us. Let me just tell the viewers at this point in time that those are live visuals that we're getting to you from Bangalore at this point in time, where clashes are in fact taking place between ABVP protesters and the police. These are ABVP supporters who have in fact gathered outside the school along with parents, and as Ratnika has been reporting, there are 200 to 300 ABVP supporters at this point in time clashing with the Bangalore police. Those are live visuals on your screen. They're trying to barge into the school, and the demand that they're really making at this point in time is that one arrest is not enough. They believe that there is a larger nexus. Also at this point in time demanding that the accused in fact be hung. Those are live visuals that we're getting to you on your screen. Ratnika, clearly from the visuals that we're getting on our screen, those protests likely to turn violent. We can see ABVP workers clashing with the police out there.
And I think the barricades are almost falling down, as you can see on your screen. It's just mayhem, and I think now people are dispersing. And the problem is that outside the school there's a very little space, very narrow road, and which is why it's more chaotic, Rishika.
Right, absolutely. That is a very narrow road, as Ratnika is reporting outside the school, and as you can see, clearly this protest turning violent, where ABVP workers are in fact clashing with the Bangalore police. Ratnika, was this a pre-planned, premeditated protest? Are the Bangalore police in fact ready to deal with the mob-like situation that we're seeing on our screens at this point in time?
Actually, the police has been posted here since the day of the incident.
Right.
So every day there are about 10-12 jeeps, and police is always stationed here. However, it does seem like it was a premeditated protest, because we were informed much earlier that the ABVP would be protesting here. And then more police personnel were called in to manage the crowd.
Right, extra police forces have in fact been called in to manage the crowds. Ratnika, also you have been in touch with parents whose children are studying at the school. What is it that the parents are demanding at this point in time? Are they also speaking in the same voice as ABVP workers?
Actually, when I was talking to the parents last night and even today, they're definitely relieved that the person has been arrested, but they're not really including their voice with the ABVP. What they're saying is that they're really shocked that this person who was a skating instructor, they meet him every time in parent-teacher meeting. They were absolutely taken aback that this person could have done something like that. However, they're not really joining forces with the ABVP, and now the ABVP seems to have really turned violent. I think the police has come out of the school, come out of the barricade, and trying to stop them.
Absolutely, protests there outside the Bangalore school, in fact, turning violent. Those are live visuals on your screen. As you can see, the police there being forced to resort to some kind of, mild force at this point in time that is in fact being used against those ABVP supporters. Now, this, remember, is the student wing of the BJP. They've joined forces with the aggrieved parents. They are in fact there outside the school premises. They are protesting the fact that investigations should happen in a more, the one person being arrested is definitely not enough, is what they are claiming. They are also saying that given the fact that this was a 6-year-old 6-year-old girl who was in fact, sexually assaulted within school premises. The accountability really rests with the school authorities now to ensure that a speedy probe is in fact done. Also, they are saying that they will not stop at the arrest of one person. They are claiming that this could perhaps be a larger nexus in play, and also demanding that the accused in case of this gruesome crime in fact be hung. Ratnika, take us through what you're seeing at this point in time. Very dramatic visuals there coming in from Bangalore of ABVP workers clashing with the Bangalore police.
Exactly. In fact, the crowd has seemed to increase, the police crowd has seemed to increase, and all of us are just being pushed around, and the entire crowd has become really violent, and now both lady police and male police is trying to ward off the students. Turns extremely violent. Rishika.
Right, their protest taking a violent turn. Those are ABVP supporters on your screens clashing with the Bangalore police. They are there protesting against the school authorities in Bangalore, also demanding that the accused in fact be hanged. Remember, there has been a breakthrough in the rape case of the 6-year-old in Bangalore. The police have arrested the skating instructor, 30-year-old skating instructor at the school in Bangalore. They've seized the laptop that was in fact in the possession of the accused, and the laptop had images and videos of school children being raped, and that is really what is being used as evidence at this point in time to nail the accused. Well, Kavita Krishnan is joining me live for more on this. Kavita, clearly, this is another case, another gruesome case that has been reported. While there has been a breakthrough that has been made, just like to share with you the details that the police has in fact seized a laptop from the skating instructor that had, visuals and images of school children that were being raped. Just talks about the psyche of the rapist in this case. And now, as we're seeing, protests have erupted all over again in Bangalore, demanding that the accused be hanged.
I think that this is an absolutely, it's a shocking case, but it's also important to remember that this is not an isolated case, and this is probably the iceberg, the nature of it. Look at all the things that have added up together to create this situation.
Right.
It's clearly neglect by the former employer, because the former employer, from what I understand from the media reports, has not put former complaints against this man on his record.
Right.
So future employers would not get to know that, there are these kind of allegations against him. They've just gotten rid of him from that place of employment, but haven't put it on his record. And in this school also, clearly, various signals must have been being ignored. We don't know how many other children were similarly abused but did not complain. And my, the thing which I keep trying to underline here is, and then of course the investigation by the police and the conduct of the school, all of that are big questions here.
Absolutely.
My point, the point which I keep trying to underline here is that, asking for hanging, so on, is pretty pointless over here, because unfortunately this is a reality, a horrible reality of our own homes and our schools. This is not about one or two, demonic abusers. Child sex abuse is a huge, ugly reality which thrives in our families and our schools,
Right.
partly because we don't like to face up to that fact, partly
Right.
because we don't want to imagine that those whom we love and trust are actually doing this inside, are violating that love and trust on a regular basis. And so I think what we really need to do is to re-examine, the structures of authority inside our own homes and our own schools,
Right.
to create a culture where children are encouraged to speak up, are not punished for defying
Kavita,
authority.
just on that point, you're raising a very important point that children should be encouraged to speak up. The Union Health Minister had, not very long ago issued a statement saying that sex education should in fact be banned in schools. And in this particular case also, we saw that the victim had in fact taken an entire week before she could, complain of that stomachache, which is when she was taken to the doctors, and then of course sexual assault was confirmed. So this is just further, reaffirming the fact that sex education in classrooms is absolutely essential to understand the difference between good touch and bad touch, and also, for young children to be sensitized to these things.
Yes, for young children to be able, you very rightly said, to be able to recognize good touch from bad touch. But
Right.
I'm saying even in schools, you see, my point is that even in schools, I know of schools which do teach good touch, bad touch.
Right.
All right. But the point is even that isn't enough. The point is that in spite of that, if you have a culture where you are teaching children blind obedience to authority, where you are not telling them that no, you don't have to put up with something you don't like from an adult, whether it be corporal punishment, whether it be unpleasant touch, whether it be abuse, verbal abuse, so many things which we tell students, tell little children that they have to accept as normal from their parents, from the elders in the family, from at school. We have to stop that, we have to end that, and we have to take responsibility for that. Hanging one offender is not going to solve that problem, because unfortunately there is hardly, I say this advisedly, I would really wager that there are very few homes and very few schools where such abuse has never occurred. And I say this advisedly because the scale on which we get to hear
Right.
of such incidents is far, far higher than the actual complaints that come up.
Right, Kavita, thanks for joining us with that. Jagriti Sangwan is also with us on the phone line. Former ABVP supporters, along with parents, staging a huge protest outside the school premises, demanding that the accused should in fact be hanged. Is capital punishment really a solution to stop, crimes against children?
देखिए, अभी तक जितनी भी घटनाएं हुई है उसको उभर के आता है कि इस तरह का कैपिटल पनिशमेंट एक केस में अगर कर भी दे तो इट इज नॉट वर्किंग एज अ डेटरेंट.
जी.
With the severity of case, we would have to go and we would have to work simultaneously on other allied issues also. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हमने हरियाणा के अंदर इस तरह के स्कूलों के अंदर बच्चियों के साथ जो सेक्सुअल वायलेंस की घटनाएं थी उनके ऊपर केसेस को फॉलो किया और हम निकल कर ये आया कि ये जो बच्चे हैं जिनके बारे में अभी कविता भी कह रही थी, उन बच्चों को खुद जो है बहुत तेजी के साथ उनकी काउंसलिंग करने की जरूरत है कि उनको किस तरह से कोई देखता है, किस तरह से कोई टच करता है, किस तरह से कोई मतलब उनके साथ व्यवहार करता है, तो वो उस स्थिति को भांप सके और टाइमली जो है वो कंप्लेंट कमेटी वहाँ पे स्कूल में हो, जाके फ्रेंकली जाके वो अपनी शिकायत जो है वो दर्ज कर सके. इस तरह के मेजर्स पे भी वर्क करने की बहुत सख्त जरूरत है. और जहाँ तक ये केस है इसमें क्योंकि टीचर ने एक छोटी बच्ची के साथ ऐसा किया तो जाहिर है कि लोगों का गुस्सा जो है वो उसके ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा मतलब आएगा, परंतु उस समय पे भी थोड़ा विवेक से रैशनली हैंडल करना पड़ेगा चीजों को. एक उसमें कैपिटल पनिशमेंट अगर हो भी जाएगा तो केवल मात्र वहाँ पे नहीं रुक सकती चीजें, उसके अलावा बहुत सारे कदम उठाने की जरूरत है.
Right, Jagriti Sangwan, thanks for joining us with that perspective. At this point in time, the argument that is being put forth by the National Commission for Women, also by the All India Women's Progressive Association, is in fact all pointing to the fact that child sex education is imperative in schools. Learning the difference between good touch and bad touch is absolutely essential to in fact preventing sexual crimes against children. Anita Kanaya is also joining me on the phone line. Former, this really has raised a huge debate about sex education in classrooms. We have the Union Health Minister who in fact came out and vehemently opposed it, said sex education in fact should be banned in classrooms, and then an incident like that coming to light, and now further political outfits along with parents coming out and demanding the death sentence. Anita, can you hear me? Okay, we're going to try and re-establish that audio link, but those are live visuals that we've been getting to you on your screens of ABVP students, workers. This is the youth wing of the Bharatiya Janata Party, in fact joining forces with aggrieved parents there and protesting outside the school premises. Okay, Anita is back with us. Anita, the question I'd like to put forth to you is that, the argument that has been made so far by social activists, by also the National Commission for Women, is that, sex education should be imperative in classrooms. Now, this goes quite against what the Union Health Minister had said a couple of days ago, saying that sex education should in fact be banned. But when cases like that come to light, it is imperative to understand what the difference is between the good touch and the bad touch, and perhaps sex education can help prevent sexual crimes against women.
I completely agree that it is imperative that sex education is a must,
Right.
especially during these times. But it is not enough to just educate children on good touch and bad touch. It is very important to have child protection measures in place in the school.
Absolutely.
Because even if a child knows about good touch and bad touch, who does she report these things to? How does she talk about them? How
Right.
can she have a safe place to be able to say, I'm scared that somebody is doing something to me? Child protection and schools being aware of it, having a child protection policy in place, having staff signed into that, having anybody having anything to do with children to have signed into that child protection policy is very, very important. And to revisit it again and again, because these days the crimes against children are just increasing. So it is important that children are educated about good touch, bad touch, sex
Right.
education, but it is equally important to have child protection measures in place.
Well, absolutely, Anita. That is a very important point that you're making, that not just a sex education important, but also a council and a child protection policy is in fact very important in schools. There has to be a mechanism to redress such cases, to address such cases. There has to be proper channels for communication. That really is a very crucial point, Anita. I'd also like to bring you in, on the demand that the protesters in fact are making outside the school. Now, ABVP along with parents have gathered outside the school demanding the death penalty for the accused. Do you think that capital punishment in such cases is perhaps just the kind of deterrent that the Indian society needs at this point in time?
I'm not sure I'm the best person to comment on this about capital punishment, but I would just like to say that before it comes to demanding death sentences with capital
Right.
punishment, we can put measures in place so that it doesn't happen. I'm more of a person who looks at prevention rather than what we do
Right.
after something has happened.
Right, Anita, thanks for joining us with that perspective. So clearly those visuals on your screen of ABVP protesters along with parents who've gathered outside the school demanding the death sentence for the accused. At this point in time, the multiple voices, the multiple perspectives that we're bringing to you here say that sex education should in fact be made imperative in classrooms, contrary to what the Union Health Minister in fact believes that it should be banned. And Anita, they're also giving us the perspective that counselling and a child protection policy are in fact essential to prevent such heinous crimes from taking place.